Hello everyone. Let's take today's topic, that is birth, or we have a scientific term for that one, that is parturition. When we discuss this topic, we'll focus on the various changes inside the female body. We'll take one by one. Whenever we have the timing of the birth, we have a rhythmic contraction, a strong rhythmic contraction at the time of the birth, and that rhythmic contraction is originated by hormones. There are various glands are there. We will have a secretion. Before starting off the detailing, we'll understand about gestation period. We know that after that one fertilization, we have the formation of zygote. Zygote starts developing, transformed into embryo. Embryo will transform into fetus, and fetus will transform into organism. That all transformation, it takes time. In case of the humans, approximately we have 9 months of gestation period. When we calculate in days wise, 280 days are there, 280 days and 40 weeks are there. This is the approximate data. What is the gestation period? A period in which fetus is fully developed. That is gestation period. That is the approximate data. It varies from women to women, but standard data is this one, 9 months approximately. When we calculate in days wise, 280 days and 40 weeks it will take to develop fetus. After the development of fetus, there is a change, and that change we are going to discuss. Gestation period, able to define what is that one. Parturition, it is that one expulsion of the fetus from the women body. That is a definition of parturition, that is expulsion of the fetus from the body. That is parturition, that we call birth also. Now we'll discuss about the various changes after the completion of the gestation period. We will have various changes. We observe there are change in hormones, and these changes we are calling as neuroendocrine changes. Which kind of change we have? Neuroendocrine. Whenever we have that neuro word, it means we are talking about brain, and endocrine, it means we are talking about glands. Fully developed fetus, it releases the signal, and this signal is reaching to the brain, and then we have the activation of the pituitary gland, and from the pituitary gland we have a release of oxytocin. That is the hormone, what we call oxytocin. And this oxytocin, it starts, it you can say motivates uterine contraction. In the presence of the oxytocin, will have the starting of uterine contraction, and that we are calling labor pain. What we call labor pain. That is the first change we observe. Before that one, before gestation period, we had that period of pregnancy. Gestation is also we call pregnancy, and there is the that one, maintenance of the progesterone hormone. Progesterone hormone inhibits uterine contraction, and then it is responsible for the establishment of that pregnancy. That is why we are calling pregnancy hormone. Progesterone is known as pregnancy hormone. Why we are calling this one? Because it is responsible to maintain pregnancy. After the completion of development, it means gestation period, there is a signal which is released by the fetus to stimulate pituitary glands, and after the stimulation we have the release of the oxytocin, and this oxytocin will trigger the contraction in uterus, and that is the first labor pain is created. And after that we will have release of prostaglandin, and together these two hormones, they are responsible for the rapid uterine contraction, and that baby starts moving out. We will have a 3 steps, one by one we'll discuss. First one is dilation of cervix. Dilation of cervix. Cervix is the narrower structure, and the head of the baby is placed towards the cervix. It is narrower structure, and for the coming out of the baby, it is very important to expand this structure. So that is the dilation. Dilate means to expand. What we call dilation means to expand. So that dilation of the cervix, it is due to the strong action of uterine wall, that is contraction. It is due to these two hormones, oxytocin and prostaglandin. They are triggering uterine wall to contract. When they are contracting, we have the dilation of the cervix. It means those narrow areas, it starts expanding, and the head of the baby is placed at the cervix. It starts moving. This the second step, that baby is pushed out. Baby is pushed out. Second step of the parturition. What is happening after the pushing out? When baby is pushed out, it comes out, we will have that rupturing of the amniotic bag, and there is a release of the amniotic fluid at that time, and with baby, that amniotic fluid, amniotic bag, and that all the temporary structures, they are coming out also. And there is a switch over. We have expansion of the lungs. Here you can see lungs expand, and after the expansion, that baby starts breathing, that respiration starts. Baby starts crying also, because now that air is going, and there is a switch over in circulatory system also. Initially baby, that one having excretion and respiration through mother's body. Now this is the switch over, and then after after this one, we have that expulsion of the umbilical cord and other structures which are present. We have that expulsion of the umbilical cord, and in this way we will have a new life. So that is parturition. So here we have dilation of cervix. We have also the role of the relaxing hormone. When we have a baby is pushed out, that is also the role of the relaxing hormone. These two hormones I taught you. What will we have after the birth of the baby? There is a need of nutrition, and God has justice for everyone. We have that initiation of mammary glands, the activation of the mammary glands. There is a hormone which is responsible for prolactin. It triggers the mammary glands to form milk, and that milk is formed. The first mother milk is colostrum. That is the blessing of the gods we are getting from mother's body, and that colostrum is very important for newborn baby infants, because infants they need immunity, and in colostrum their are various kinds of antibodies which are creating passive immunity, and it is having a high nutritious content. It means nutrition is there. Colostrum, after 2 to 3 days, normal milk will come out. When milk is ejecting from the mammary gland, there is a hormone that is oxytocin. For the formation of milk, we have prolactin. For the ejection of the milk, it means when milk starts coming out from the mother's body, that this time we will have involvement of the oxytocin. 1 to 3 days, it means maximum 3 days, we will have colostrum, that is different in normal milk, having more protein, antibodies, and then after normal milk starts coming, and infants, they get nutrition from the mothers. Now these change in the hormone, that oxytocin, it is a kind of love and affection mother is having with the child. You must have observed when the child cries, mother knows then he or she is hungry, and we have release in the oxytocin, and milk starts coming out when that child is feeding. So that is that love and compassion we are getting from our mother. Now we'll discuss the next topic in upcoming videos. This is the topic we discussed with all points. Thank you everyone.